Hey everyone, and welcome back to the Mindset Project podcast, the podcast that gives you the tools to develop an elite physical and mental performance and gives you that daily dose of positivity. Using my own knowledge as a competitive swimmer and from different professionals, I hope to provide an experience which makes you think differently about the things around you and promote some sort of personal growth. I hope to connect you through evidence-based information from experts in their field. So with that, I would like to say, I hope you're doing well, staying fit and staying safe. So let's get on to it. So on this episode, I'm going to talk about music. So the last few episodes have been mainly about different techniques which I use to help me feel more confident and have to help me combat my own performance anxiety and improve my overall confidence. So obviously they don't need to be used to address anxiety specifically, and they can be used for anything to improve your mindset, your mood, your confidence, just your general well-being, to be honest. And the thing with music is that it is very, very powerful, and it is like a universal language, and it can be used to improve our mood. And when it comes to music, I have such a versatile taste. There's not one genre that I've not listened to or don't listen to. And I think if I check my Spotify, I must have over 5,000 songs added to my like songs. And I think if you put them on shuffle, then they would all be different. I could listen to Stormzy, Justin Bieber, Taylor Swift, Guns N' Roses, Bastille, the list goes on and on, right? And music is such a powerful tool to use because we all connect to it in very different ways. Even if it's in a foreign language, we can still, as human beings, we can still kind of understand the feeling behind a song, even if we don't really understand the lyrics. And I think that's a really incredible thing about music in general. And we might listen to it when we're sad, we might listen to it when we're happy, at a party, on a holiday, and it basically is just this thing that is quite important to us as humans and in society in general. Could you imagine a world or a society where there was literally no music? It would be incredibly sad if there was no music. It's everywhere. It's in adverts, it's in our Spotify, we listen to it on the bus, it's on the radio. It's literally all around us, and it is, I would probably say it's quite an important part of society and being human. So you might be wondering why I've chosen to talk about music and why it's linked to mindset. Well, I've just said, a lot of music makes us feel good, and I have so many playlists on Spotify that are positive vibes or some sort of feel good energy, and they're just these upbeat songs that make you want to dance, that sort of thing, or kind of make you happy. And I think that is one of the reasons I find myself quite positive a lot of the time, because there isn't a day where I don't listen to some sort of music. And if you do sports or do something competitive, then it is probably quite common to use music to kind of get yourself psyched up, and you probably have used it at some point in your sport or in your competitions or just what you do in general. I think it's quite common as well for people to listen to rap music before a race or a competition, but it is entirely up to you again. Going back to this thing where all of these sort of techniques and stuff are very personal to you, and what may work for me may not work for you, so kind of play about with it and see what does work for you. Personally for me, before a race, I personally prefer to have something more upbeat, just maybe something rock or something, just to kind of get that energy up. And it is also something sometimes to have a song which has some sort of meaning behind the lyrics as well, because the lyrics of the song are just as important and as key to the music itself. So obviously a song is made up of the music and the lyrics. I'm pretty analytical as well, so I think that's probably one of the reasons why my brain goes at 100 miles per hour 24/7. And for example, if I'm in the car, right, my parents are driving or whatever, I could literally try and count how many trees or how many branches I see go past. Or if I'm swimming in the pool, I try to count how many tiles are on the floor. And the thing is, I don't actually understand why I do this, but I just seem to analyze everything that's around me. I don't know, maybe that's something that I should worry about. I don't know, but yeah, like music isn't any different. And when it comes to songs, like I do try and like understand what the lyrics mean, and trying to like analyze what imagery is trying to be like portrayed. Whereas some people just like listen to the song if they like it and they listen to it, but like to me personally, a song is much more than just a song. It's the music, it's the lyrics, the whole composition. And as an example, if we look at Ed Sheeran's A-Team, for example, I'm pretty sure all of us have probably heard it, but it actually is about a prostitute addicted to cocaine, hence the name A-Team, and that is like an imagery of a class drug. And some people might not have actually realised that before. And if you take one of the lyrics, so he says, white lips, pale face, breathing in snowflakes. So a lot of people might read into that and say, she's just like really cold, because obviously when you're cold you kind of like go a little bit blue. But breathing in snowflakes is the imagery used to describe sniffing cocaine. And another good example in the song is the worst things in life come free to us. And that is like trying to convey the idea that she might have some sort of like STI or STD because she is a prostitute, or perhaps she has some other health condition which she contracted, because obviously some health conditions like we can't control them being inflicted on us. Well, I mean, some things are preventative, but other things can just happen to us without any sort of input from us, which means that they're coming free. And like I know that's like a complete tangent, but it's just to give you like the idea that lyrics in the music can be very powerful, and sometimes listening in on the lyrics and trying to understand what they mean can really add to the power of music in that sense. So that was kind of like an insight into analysing song lyrics and kind of like what happens when I listen to a song, kind of. Also, there was no way that I was going to sing that song because I can't sing. No, in fact, I can sing, just not very well. We'll put it that way, because everyone can sing, whether it's good or bad, different story. So getting back on topic of this episode, so in terms of using music to promote a positive mindset, like I've said, I use it every day, and I've discussed my routine in like an earlier episode. If you've not listened to that episode, go back, check it. I normally like listen to music when I'm getting ready, and I will always listen to like a really upbeat feel good song, and this just gives me like some like energy to take on the day, and it makes me like feel really positive for the day ahead as well. And I also feel like if you start the day positive, then the rest of the day is going to be positive as well. Like I don't know if you've probably experienced this at some point, like you might wake up in the morning and everything just doesn't seem like it's going well, and then that just has like one of these like knock-on effects to the rest of your day. Whereas if you start the day positive, on a good mood and like upbeat, then chances are the rest of the day is just going to like go the same way. And normally I will dance in the morning. I won't lie, I do burst into dance now and again, and I think dancing is also a really good thing we can do to elevate our mood as well. And obviously the reason for this is because it is a form of exercise, and there have actually been studies which show dancing relieves stress and helps stimulate your brain, which is exactly what we're wanting to do, especially like on this podcast. That's one of the things, like one of the main objectives I'm trying to like help people with, is kind of stimulate your brain and your thought process about the things around you, and trying to give you like a more like positive outlook. And even if you dance badly, if it's good fun, then do it. And see, if you're in your house alone, then there's absolutely nothing stopping you, because no one will see. And don't let anyone tell you that you can't dance, because everyone can dance. If you dance good or bad, that is a different matter. But at the end of the day, you're still dancing, right? So if you can still dance. So in the morning, maybe dancing is something you might want to add to your morning routine, just to, feel a bit of positive, feel good energy. And like I've said, my music taste is quite varied, and sometimes the best songs to like boost your mood are really like cringy ones. Like take for example Taylor Swift, Shake It Off. It's such like a cliche, but it actually works, and I'm not like afraid of like admitting that. But like I said in the last episode on the Superman, if you do things out of your comfort zone or things that make you look ridiculous, then this should like help build confidence, because you're kind of making yourself stand out, I guess. And it could be where I get my confidence from, because like I don't care what anyone thinks. It's not responsibility like how someone reacts, do you know what I mean? And if you enjoy yourself and do the things that make you feel good, then at the end of the day, that's all that matters. It doesn't really matter what anyone else thinks. As long as you are feeling good and you're happy, then that's the main thing. And another thing about music is that you can literally use it for any mood. So for example, when I'm winding down at the end of the day, then I will normally put on something nice chill music, and I might put on like some meditation music. And actually quite recently, I recommend this, I found myself listening to white noise, and I found that really relaxing. And because there isn't like any sort of lyrics in these types of music, like personally for me, my brain isn't trying to like analyse and understand every lyric that you hear. Like I said earlier, that's one of the things I'm like really bad for. But I mean, it's not a bad thing, but it sometimes can be, because like my brain just constantly like working. And I have so many playlists for like all sorts of moods, and one of the most played one I would probably put would be my chilled out vibes one, and I think it is public on Spotify, so if you want to check that out, you are free to do so. And it's just like lots of different songs that are very mellow and relaxing, and the genre tends to be more like dark indie. So if that's your like vibe, then definitely go and check that out. Which kind of comes on to like the concluding comments, I guess. There's not really much I can say about music, apart from it's just really a good thing to use to, how can I say this, like kind of boost your mood. But at the same time, I think if you're like wanting a like chill song, then listening to chill music is also good. So it's kind of like, if you get music that fits your current mood, or a mood that you kind of want, then the music kind of facilitates that, which I think is a very powerful thing about it. Because obviously you could be like not feeling great, put on like a good feel dance song, and boom, there you are, like feeling a lot better. And if you're wanting to be more chill, you know, put something on quite relaxing, slow moving, and then your like energy kind of comes down to what the music is. And I think as well, like we all know that a lot of athletes as well use music to kind of get them psyched up for performance or competing. And if you're like if you don't do sports, or you aren't like a elite athlete or competitive sports person, you can still use this. Like you can still get yourself psyched up for, you know, going to work or going for that interview, or just like taking on the day basically. And I think music can do that, and it's not really something that you really need to spend a lot of time thinking about as well. So it's not like visualization where you kind of have to focus your mind and your thoughts on a certain technique or a certain process. Like you literally just have to put the music on, either headphones in, earphones, whatever, and just listen. Like that's all you really have to do, which is also one of the good things about it. Like it's very effective, and that's all there is to it, to be honest. You're probably thinking this is like a really odd topic to talk about, but when I get onto like the logbooking episode, then everything that I've done so far will probably make a lot more sense. I was going to do the logbooking episode at the start, but I don't know why I did it this way, but I just thought it'd be better to do it this way. So there we are, we'll get to the logbook episode. I think it's like 2 or 3 episodes, so that'll be something to look forward to. And I think that's everything. There was something I was going to say, but I cannot remember for the life of me what it was. But no, it's not coming to me. So with that note, I hope you really enjoyed this episode. It was kind of like a really odd one, maybe, or maybe like unexpected. Unexpected is probably a more better word to use, I think, because it's just something different, isn't it? So with that, I say stay fit, stay positive, stay safe, and I shall see you on the next one.